Hi, this is Jim, and this is Second Chance, a moped podcast. And welcome everybody to another week of Second Chance, a moped podcast. Yes, we're actually doing a moped podcast this time, unlike the one. See, this is always weird. I feel dated because people will listen to these in any order they want, but I feel like it's sequential. And I'm going to use big words because I want to feel like I'm educated, but whatever. Yeah, we're keeping in NOLA this week with Eric from Mono, and I cannot thank Mono and the Smoggy Dogs enough. I am still. It's not even like I didn't have a rally hangover. And I'm not. Everybody here knows I don't drink. I don't do nothing. But there's that emotional rally hangover. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because I got to fly home, or maybe because Sunday it was no riding and I just got to kind of be with my thoughts and kind of do some of my inventory stuff and kind of, meditate a little bit. But dude, I felt so fucking welcomed by that city. And I'm not talking about the people. The people are awesome. The people are rad. But that city in general, there's a thing in America, and I have enough respect not to believe in them, but I believe in them. There's haunted cities, if you will. And I was told a long time ago, New Orleans is one of the most haunted cities. And I've been to a few of these haunted cities where I just don't fucking feel welcome at all. And now I'm sounding like a hippie, but whatever. I don't care. I felt welcomed by the city of New Orleans from touchdown to takeoff. It was just fucking go, go, go. And I want to introduce my guests. Eric from Mono. Do you want to say hi to everybody, Eric?
Hello, what's going on?
Right on, my guy. We're just gonna kind of chit chat mopeds and talk why you guys did your ride, not a rally. We were very strenuous about saying not a rally because there was no raffle. There was except for I think it was the Magneto boys brought out some tickets for something. But
I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah. But that goes to my rally prank. What I'm gonna do someday, I'm gonna bring a roll of tickets and just start selling tickets and raffle off somebody's bike. Whether they know it or not, I'm gonna raffle that fucking shit off. And I'm sure that's not an original idea.
You might get beat the fuck up, just saying.
Dude, I'm gonna be sneaky about it because I'm gonna be Fred. And yeah. That's shit, I know a Fred. Well, I'm gonna have to come up with a non-mopeder person's name and just Zeke. Well, whatever. But let's just talk about I know we talked about having a few people on, but I'm glad it's just me and you. I get to know you. Me and you try to do something before and just break down the communication, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I am so glad I got to come down. I'm so glad I got to meet you. The hospitality you showed
for coming,
me.
Man.
But yeah, let's talk about this inclination of an idea of a ride. When did it get talked about? When did it get brought up?
It was Zach, Nick, and I just hanging out. So after COVID and everything that happened in the world happened, we kind of everybody were just immobilized. So we still did our rides in the city, but still being cautious and safe. But I haven't done anything moped related out of the city in at least 3 years. So I want to say the last rally I've been to was the Shanks rally in Austin. The Smoggy Doggies.
Was that 2018 or 19? I know that's been a while ago.
It's been a while, dude. Probably 18. Okay. And I think the Smog Squad, they've done a ride after that. They've been super active, way more active than Mono has. So for us to come up with the ride was awesome to me. It's a good idea and needs to be done just to kind of stay active and keep the blood flowing.
Okay. Let's rewind a bit because I am a new guy in mopeds. And I am internally grateful for Jason over at Moped Monday and Thomas and Ashley
for hell yeah, dude. They crush it.
Yeah, for jabbing me.
They broke my cherry, by the way.
What?
They were,
Okay, let's hear about this. I was going to
it
ramble
was
about
them
me, but
first.
we're going to ramble about you.
No.
No.
They broke my cherry. The original fucking rad fucking podcast was done by them, those three. So
Yeah,
hats
yeah.
off to them. Shout out to all three of you guys. Congratulations, Jason, on the marriage, and Miss Tom and Ashley. You guys, I hope you're all are doing good. All right,
There's a
carry on.
rumor Ashley's going to actually ride a moped this coming week at a scooter rally, which I love. But no, they're the reason why I'm doing this too. Like they've had such a great influence on this community. And I would listen to their show and they would talk about NOLA and Mono and the rallies and Smoggy Dogs, blah, blah, blah. So like, when was the first Mono rally in NOLA? Like, and I'm saying NOLA all the time because like it's NOLA to me now.
You like it that much? Cool.
Fuck, dude, I fell in love with that city. I'm not joking, dude. Like, the challenge of riding in that city made me so fucking happy because it's one thing to build a blast. It's one thing to build a blaster and go 60, 65 miles an hour on straight, smooth roads, but it's one thing to have to be technical and being sharp and paying attention to what the fuck is going on at all times. And that's why I love NOLA.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can't ride in the inner city without knowing that there's potholes in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost makes sense, like, not even build a blaster, just build a fucking like 45, 50 mile per hour bike. Yeah, because you're not gonna be able to like open up for that. You can open up for that long, but the city's so compact and there's so many cars, there's so much traffic. It's never gonna happen for you. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna be able to go 65 miles per hour for more than like 3 blocks ever in your moped life. It's never gonna happen.
But before I went on my freaking rant there for a second, want to talk about like the first Halloween rides down in New Orleans. Like, what were like? How did that all? Why Halloween? Tell me about your first rally that you told me you'll never do it on that weekend again. Like, kind of talk about your rallies you started off with, the lessons you learned, and like why you guys settled on Halloween.
Halloween, we settled for Halloween because like New Orleans Halloweens are just fucking awesome. I've never been in another city. There probably are other cities. I'm not trying to like say that other cities don't have awesome Halloweens, but I've never been in another city that had that much traffic and that many people dressed up in costumes and having a good time like New Orleans, ever. I've never seen that I've never been to New York on Halloween, but like people just don't, it doesn't happen. Also, we did Halloween because snowbirds, like people want to leave the cold and come down to the south and get good weather. So like we kind of use that to our advantage. I go to certain rallies for like the scenery because it's like you're gonna like have a long ride or it's hilly. You know what I mean? So it's different reasons for going to certain rallies, and you just gotta like choose or figure out like what you have to offer other cities and other clubs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I thought about it.
Do you want to talk about the lesson learned? What holiday never to have a rally on?
I think we did one rally we did January or Mardi Gras, and it was chaos. You would never be able to. The streets are packed in New Orleans with vehicles and people, so you can't ride your moped ever. It was just a bad idea. It was a good idea at the time, but like once we actually tried to do it, it was not feasible. Never will be feasible because once Mardi Gras hits, like New Orleans becomes like a gridlocked city. It's like locked down, and you can only like venture into certain parts of the city.
Yeah. I know you kind of held the fort down this coming weekend. Do you just want? You know what I tried to do this whole thing? Do you just want to talk about, Eric, how you got into mopeds? Like usually what I start out with is here on Second Chance Moped Podcast, we go through people's moped journeys, what had happened, i.e., the very first time you saw a moped, middle part,
Yeah.
and all that. So, like, what was the first memory you ever had of a moped?
Well, let me tell you this real quick before I start that. I didn't hold it down. Who really held it down was Mick and Zach.
Yeah.
All right.
I will say this. I believe in fate, and you meet people at certain times and all that stuff. I think, like, I am so excited to meet you and Mick this weekend. Like, that, if like our 10-minute interactions both, like, awesome. Like, that made my whole fucking weekend. So, like,
Oh,
yeah.
cool, man. Fuck yeah. We try to be good people. Mick and Zach fucking held it down with the ride. They wanted me to interact more with the riding. And I kind of was like, I wanted to just cook and barbecue and like kind of host people while they did the ride. And they let me do it. So Mick, Zach, thank you very much.
Yep.
All right. First moped experience or first moped?
First
Fuck,
memory.
man.
First memory of, like, I know that's a moped.
My friend Phil, he was a part of mine. He passed away. Rest in peace, Phil. He had a motorbike, a very clean blue motorbike, which Jinjin from Mano now has. Real quick story. I met Phil through skateboarding. He came back from New York with his fucking moped, and he would come to my porch on Magazine Street, would drink beer and people watch all day. And he rolled up with his moped, and I looked at it, and I was like, that's a moped, right? I just knew as soon as I saw it. I was like, that's a moped. That's not a scooter. And he was like, yep, you want to ride it? And I said, no. He kept asking me for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And I was like, nah, dude, I just don't want to ride it. And one day I was like, let me ride it. And I went around the block and I asked him, how do I start it? What do I do? He's like, just do this, choke it, then hit the throttle and then twist and go. So when I came back from like riding around the block, I had the fucking biggest grin on my face. And I asked him to like help me find one. And that was it.
Rad. How long did that take for you to actually find one? Because I know you guys are totally, which is kind of weird to me, but like you guys are, I thought New Orleans was more of a port city, but like it sounds like
not for mopeds.
Yeah, dude, because like the Midwest, dude,
we're
you trip
like
and you fall over a $50 Hobbit. Like,
for sure, yeah, absolutely. Not for that kind of stuff. Not for all like anything with wheels. No. If you want food or anything like that, then New Orleans is your port city. Absolutely. But cars, anything with wheels, forget about it. You have to like travel to get what you want.
So how long did it take you to find a moped of your own? And what was your first moped?
It didn't take long, maybe like 2
and
or
was
3
it and
weeks.
Was this the Craigslist days, or were you venturing in?
Absolutely. It was Craigslist for sure. My first moped was a Puch Maxi.
And nice, solid platform.
Yeah, we had to drive to Port Arthur, Texas, like just on the border of Louisiana and Texas. And there's like oil refineries everywhere. Anyway, we drove there and back, 4 hours there, 4 hours back. And then we got it running eventually.
What year was this? Everybody knows, like, that's a running gag with a lot of people, especially Jesse from the Magnetos. Like, what time and day was this? Because that was a bit of all the time in my first days of the podcast. But like, what years was this happening in?
We kind of, so like, all right, I'm 47, so I started mopeds like late.
Same here, my guy.
And
that was a line I was saying before I met you too. Like, I get shit from Jason all the time. My guy.
I started mopeds late. I was 34 maybe. I don't know. 33, 34, 33. We got it back. We got it running, and I was just remembering like, this feels weird, man. I don't like this moped. Like it had like a little 70cc kit on it, and it was fine. And it had like cool mags on it. But I remember like it not feeling right to me. And then I realized like I was too fucking tall for a Puch Maxi. And the first moped I really rode was a fucking motorbike, and it's like stretched the fuck out. Perfect for me. I'm like 6'2". So Puch Maxi's like, fuck that shit. I sold it as soon as I could. And I wanted Phil's motorbike. Phil went on to get a Puch Magnum, so he sold me his motorbike, and then I was in heaven.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now you say heaven with the motorbike with their wiring. I hear it's kind of a nightmare. I've owned a motorbike for exactly 2 weeks and then I sold it. Just because I didn't need another damn bike.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I guess it's just like works out with your personality. Just as many wires as there are in any other bike. You ever seen a fucking Hobbit headlight harness, like wiring harness? It's like,
That's what
get the fuck out of here.
it is a bit of a rat's nest. That dude, hobbits are my jam. Like people give me shit all the time about like that's all I ride is hobbits, but dude, they make sense. So
this is my thing. Puch is the best starter bike, but really the best bike is the fucking Hobbit, because like you get a DR kit and a pipe and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Hey dude, you're preaching to the choir on this one. But then you ask Jake Kane. Tomos is the greatest stock bike there is. So,
well, Jake Kane is a beast, and hey, Jake Kane, you're a beast. He built that. He built that Moby Tomos, and it's still crushing shit.
Yeah, dude. And I'll be the first one.
He's right. He's right. The stock Tomos is the best bike to get. He's right.
Yeah,
I take it back.
It's more buy turbo. You're 40. Like that's where it is, and
probably regearing a little bit.
Yeah. And then you got to tighten up first gear, and like it's the stupid things we all do. So you got that motorbike, you got it rolling. How long did it kind of? It sounds like you and your buddy were doing your thing. How long did it take to kind of get a scene rolling in NOLA?
Not too long after, because all of our friends are just kind of like, "What are y'all doing? We want one," and we're like, "Fuck yeah, we'll get you one." Craigslist City, let's go. Mm-hmm. So it's Phil, then me. First, before Phil, there was Maddie. Maddie was kind of involved in the Virginia scene, the Hell Satans.
Okay.
But wasn't really official, but he like hung out with those dudes all the time. Yeah. So he came down to New Orleans, and he already had mopeds. We didn't even know, but like once we got into the scene, we're like, oh, this is dude Maddie, who's like down the street from us, who has been riding mopeds way before us. Mm-hmm. So first there was Maddie, and then Phil got his moped and I got mine. And then all of my friends just got theirs. Jen, my friend Jeff, it just happened that way. Mm-hmm. We didn't recruit anybody. Our friends just like said, hey, we want to do that too.
Yeah, that's super, super rad. Like, it's kind of happening to me in a few spots in St. Paul. And like, I just got to get back. I'm terrible at getting back to BL, the first one to admit it. So that starts happening. You guys, how'd you come up with the name Mono? Or like, and I'm not saying you necessarily came up with it, but how did the group form the name Mono? And like, yeah.
Dude,
I want to hear this.
It was kind of corny. We were trying to like go through all these names of what we should call the group, and we just didn't know what to do. We were more excited about riding mopeds than the fucking name. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, we didn't care what the name was. So originally, this is kind of embarrassing. I was like, we are the Moped Order of New Orleans, Mono. Okay. And then I thought it was kind of corny. And then I was like, you know what? No, fuck that. I'm not going to do an acronym. I'm going to do moped, M-O, noise, because moped noise is like what everybody complains about. Mm-hmm. And it's the best sound to us. So I don't even know what you call that. It's not an acronym, but it's kind of like one. So it's M-O, moped, N-O, noise, moped noise.
Awesome. I dig it. I still like that Moped Order of New Orleans. Like, I still
it's all goofy. Who cares?
Dude, the thing about it is it's mopeds. Don't fucking take your shit too serious, because these are dumb toy motorcycles.
Exactly.
Right on.
But there are other moped crews that have way cooler names than Mono.
Okay, your top 3 then. I love lists. What's your top 3 cool names? Currently, they can't be retired. 3 for Dale. Praise Dale.
Nah, they can be retired.
Okay.
The first one that comes to mind off the bat It's just the creatures of the loin.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds cool, and I like that little logo that it did. And it's like conducive to like where they're from, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the whole point to me. Is like you have to have a quirky name that like represents where you're from. So creatures, I like metal ponies
Mm.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's like a little fucking horse.
Yeah.
It's a moped, so it's a pony, metal ponies. Like it's kind of clever. And then, fuck man, clever, awesome. I don't even know. Um,
Dude, two's good.
two is good. Yeah, I'll
Two's
think of
good.
something another name after that.
No worries. What was
Hot
your
and ready's.
first
Shout out to the hot and ready's. Hot and ready's.
dude? They got some good
Fuck,
pizza. What can I say? I love
fucking
it.
Chicago. It's
Yeah,
Chicago. You got to do hot and ready's.
yeah. I think I might break my diet. I have a cheat day every day on my diet, and like that, I might have to get a little C's just for that.
Yeah.
What was your first out of town rally like then?
First out of town rally was
And you guys are fucking rad, but like I feel like you got the kind of the Minnesota syndrome. You got to travel forever to get to any good rallies.
you don't have to travel far, dude.
Fucking like 8 hours, 9 hours. Like
You can
for
go
me
to what's your closest one?
I don't want to talk shit.
Wisconsin.
That's
Cranks.
still
You can go to Cranks in like real quick.
8 hours.
From Minnesota to Wisconsin?
6 hours. Yeah, between 6 and 7.
Really?
Yeah.
It's less than that, dude.
Let me
Really?
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it from my house, Milwaukee. You keep
Yeah.
on talking about your first rally and then I'll get back to you.
Or if you want to go to, I haven't been. What about the Samurai? Where are they from? They're from Wisconsin.
Yeah, Green Bay. That's a rad ride. That is a rad ride.
I've
It's the
heard.
tip.
I've heard. Yeah, yeah.
It's
I've heard
just
fucking
fun
awesome.
because you're all together and you're traveling 100 miles. Like it's a long ride rally. I can't
And the
me
scenery looks
personally.
good too, from the photos I've seen.
It is beautiful. Like it's
Yeah.
Midwest beautiful, dude. Like, and I can't stress that to like groups. For me and my taste, make the rides long. But that's just, some people just like the short rallies that you just kind of whatever. But know
I like
what?
the
With
short rides.
you guys, it didn't feel short though. Like we were
I
always
did,
doing something.
that's why I was like, I'm not doing the ride because like I would have had. I don't like super long rides.
Exactly. And that's what's right. Because there's no wrong answer. Like it's mopeds, dude.
Yeah.
So what was your first out of town rally?
First one was Nashville.
Okay.
It's the Dead Peds. I forgot which one it was. Rip You a New One.
Right on.
Hey, but yeah, it was Rip You a New One. That was the first out of town rally. It was fucking sick. That was a long ride, but like I was fresh in the mopeds and I didn't care.
Yeah. 5 hours. It's 5 hours to Milwaukee, apparently.
There you go. There you go.
But
That's close.
and shout out to Ryan. Like I went to Richmond this summer and I just hit him up. I'm like, dude, want to go ride? He goes, all my bikes are broken except for stock bikes. Do you want to ride a stock bike? And he took me around Milwaukee and we're jumping manhole covers with these like Gorellis. It's just so much fun. Ryan, I love you. Just big shout out. He's killing it on the pipe game too. Like I'll say it like
that's the vape dudes, the vape lords. Yeah, dude, cranks are cool.
They
Cranks
don't vape anymore, dude.
Really?
They quit, both of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Milwaukee. Shout out to the Cranks. They've been showing us love since the beginning. They've actually helped us along the way a bunch. So
how many
nothing
cranks
but
do you got
love for
living
the
in that
Cranks.
city? 2 or 3?
Alex, Dez. I think that's it.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Yeah. Cranks are kind of everywhere and they're nowhere. So
yeah, but they're still super active. So
yeah. Which is awesome. Love. I chit-chat with Graham Motzing every once in a while too, and like just bunch of rad people that have always showed me a bunch of love. But as you guys were going with Mono, you learned your lesson about Mardi Gras. You start putting these Halloween rides on, and like, what was the first time what was it like putting on your first Halloween ride?
We just knew that was what we had to do. You know what I mean? Like we understood how to throw a rally. We didn't know how to throw a rally. So like for any moped gang, your first
Mhm.
rally is probably not going to be like that awesome because you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. There's probably going to be a lot of like infighting and like miscommunication with all the members until you figure out who's good at what and
Mhm.
who, you know what I mean? Like once we figured out our groove and like who keeps the money and who does the planning and who does the routes, like for us, for our gang, we're like, hey, Jen, okay, Jen, you keep the money. Okay, Christine, you figure out what venues we're gonna go to and get all the reps in line and like what merch, whatever. Just like free giveaways for the rally packs and all this shit.
Mhm.
Me and Phil or whoever, we figure out the route, the ride, and we get all the bikes ready so they don't like break down the whole fucking time. You know, like so everybody has their jobs to do and we've kind of figured out what our jam was and it worked out.
Yeah. And you guys held it strong on the Halloweens every year up until Rona, just the way Mick was talking. And how hard was that for you? It was, I mean, 2020 sucked for everybody. I mean, we
Yeah.
all know that. And your city got hit hard. I understand that. But like, how hard was it for you not having a rally during Halloween? Like, because you guys were the staple, from my understanding. What all I hear, like, it's Halloween, Mono's rally. It's the last big one of the year.
It wasn't hard, dude.
Okay.
First of all, like we're all like so like I said, like we're all kind of getting older. Mopeds aren't my it's not my life anymore. Like at one point, mopeds, it was my fucking life. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
all I thought about. Shit, eat, breathe, mopeds. Now it's kind of like it's still part of my life, but it's not on the front burner. It's definitely like if I have time to do it, then I'll do it. But I'm not gonna like make it my priority to get online and talk about my stupid fucking moped.
Oh yeah. No, dude, and I've never been one for forums or like explain stuff. Like this is the way I give
I used
my
to
own
though.
way.
I used to though, but
And
you
that's
know, dad's
awesome.
getting old. Dad's getting old. I got a kid. Sebastian's 10. I was like in the my heyday when he was still a kid, you know, he was like just born. So I still love it and I still will go to rallies and still host rides and rallies, but it's just when Corona hit, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna ride my moped for a long time. And I was
Mhm.
cool with that, you
And
know.
sometimes we just need batteries recharged in any aspect of our life because like maybe it was me or maybe I was looking into stuff too deep because I saw the way I kind of watch you interact and the way you were doing moped stuff, it seemed like a light turned on in you. Like, and it wasn't just you having a few cocktails or whatever, but like I felt you getting excited about mopeds again.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. But I mean,
And I'm not
absolutely. I'm
saying
always
that you're gonna go back to eat shit and breathe in it, but like it seemed like you got very excited, just like this is fucking rad again.
yeah, it's always been rad for not doing it for like 2 years. Also, Smog Squad and Mono, we also put less pressure on ourselves. We're like, you know what, we're gonna do a ride
Mm-hmm.
and not a rally. So like it just felt like you have all your friends and you don't have to stress about the raffle bike, you know, you don't have to stress about rally packs. Or you don't have to stress about like who's holding the money for all like it's so many moving parts to a
Mm-hmm.
rally. And
Yep.
for this ride, there were like less moving parts. I'm like, guess
Yep.
what? I'm barbecuing. You do the ride. Let's go.
And dude, for me personally, I think you could just do the quote unquote ride every year because like really who
Dude,
needs
that's what I
to
told Zach. That's what I told Zach. I was like, we should just do rides forever, dude.
well like dude I'm sorry who needs to haul a bike home and everybody in the communities if they could are probably throwing rocks at me right now but like who needs to haul a bike home from Noel like who needs another t-shirt like I'd rather it if it comes down to Nola having a ride or a rally like I can't describe to people just how fucking rad it was just to be down in New Orleans for the weekend like
Well,
first
we'll
time
do
there.
it. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you liked it. but we'll do another rally for sure. There will be another raffle bike. But like we're just not trying to like rush anything, you know. And I also think that like the calendar is full with a bunch of new gangs. And it was full even before Corona. There's a bunch of new gangs. So I think like if you have multiple gangs in one city, you just do a fucking joint rally because that'll give people opportunity to like make most of the rallies. You know what I mean?
That's what I like. I'm not official. I'm not prospect any club. I'm not in any club. And like, I'm kind of like, I haven't looked at the calendar for a while. I just got this feeling come February, March, you're just going to see the dates starting to fill up and people are going to have to prioritize. And I hope all the clubs can get together and figure it out because otherwise we're going to have a bunch of 30 people rallies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to become like people have to like pick and choose which rallies they want to go to. But if like these clubs, just like if you're in the same city or even like in the neighboring cities, like do a joint rally so we can see all you guys. That's an idea, you know. Like I still have to see like the new guys. I haven't been to like the Green Bastards. I don't think I've ever met any of them. I haven't been up to. I have to go to Richmond. I still haven't been to Richmond. There's still places like I kind of need to go to, you know. So,
well,
but if
Eric,
there's too many dates on the calendar, then it's kind of hard, you know.
dude, fly up to Minnesota. I got a hobbit for you, buddy. You stay at
Fuck
stay
yeah,
at my house. Yeah, fuck, I'll come pick you up.
let's do it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think the castle. I don't know what the castle rollers are doing this year, but fuck, come up some long weekend. I'll show you Minnesota. Like, I love my state. Don't get me wrong. I always tell people like, oh, I want to move. The winters hurt my whole body. Blah. But then
Oh, dude,
spring rolls around.
yeah, if I come to Minnesota, I have to like kick it with the casseroles too.
Oh yeah, dude. They're a bunch of rad people. Kane, love that boy.
I met those guys at the Moped Army 20 year in Kalamazoo.
Okay, yeah.
Rat people. Jake was super nice. He's always been
Yep.
super nice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The moped community needs more people like Kane because like he's just chill dude and always down for mopeds.
Yeah.
And yeah. So what is mopeds? You said you kind of chill.
And he makes peppers. Jake, I want some of your pepper, bro. Give me some peppers.
Here's the inside thing. Jake was one of the few people that, and I kept it hush. I didn't tell. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody I was coming down. Like nobody knew, because usually I blast like, oh, I'm doing this, blah blah blah. It was kind of radio silent, except for Jake Kane, because I hit him up. I was at his place like the Saturday before your ride. I'm like, Jake, do you got any bottles ready? He's like, kind of not. I go, I'm going down to New Orleans. It'd be really rad if I brought some of your fucking hot sauce out. He's like, I don't have any ready, but I could possibly. And Jake works, and he's like, you know, he's got a job, and like I know.
I think
he felt like, the pressure coming on. I'm like, dude, don't worry. He
grows his own peppers, right? He grows
his own in his backyard. He does everything, dude.
That's sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and don't worry, Jake. A plug for Weld Wizard hot sauce. Jake is going to be selling them online only to people who have never gotten it, or so he has told me. So there's a little plug for you, Jake.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's going to love going to the post office. It's going to be great. That's why I don't want to sell any more merch, because I hate not delivering on my word. Like, I don't want to have a raffle bike ever and not deliver it, or Tomos race motor that another podcast promised, and 50 episodes later still hasn't put out. No big deal, Jason. Yeah. But so what is, you said mopeds, you're finding more of a balance in life, Eric. Like, what's mopeds like for you on an average week? Are you able to kind of get out and ride on the weekends or the weekdays, or like once a cup every other week? Like, I'm just kind of trying to see where mopeds fit in your life these days.
Realistically, I probably ride once every 2 months.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of us who rent you've been to the shop.
Yep, beautiful shop.
So it's like half mono, half Smog Squad, and then like there's some other guys who aren't affiliated. We share that spot, so we try to like wrench and hang out. But dude, like everybody's been like trying to survive, really.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe once every 2 months I'll ride, and it's not really even that far. Sometimes like I'll ride from like the shop to like the bar and get a drink. And it's like
Parasols.
just yeah, and just like ride my bike back, just like keep it going, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not going to lie to you and say I go on rides all the time because I don't.
Mm-hmm. And dude, that's just where it fits right now. Like, I am nobody's judge to how much they ride or don't ride or anything like that. Like, I'm still in that phase now where like it's 60 degrees in Minnesota on Saturday, and I just kind of threw it out on the Minnesota moped page. Who's up for a ride on Saturday? I had a few people get back, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, dude. I had 3 bikes. I had the MBX, which I was very proud of. I sold that to Elise from the Hot Readies. I had a Poop Magnum that I bought from my friend Des. Sold that. I'm down to 1 bike, just the Moby. And that's like not the best bike to have. Just like one Moby. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
So I'm not worried about it though. Like if I get another bike, I do. If I don't have more than 1 bike, I really don't care at this point in my life. Like I want those things, but um, if they happen, they happen. Right now, I got to worry about like surviving, being an awesome dad, staying
yeah,
sane.
yeah. So the question is, are you gonna be an awesome dad and get your boy addicted to mopeds too?
I don't force him on anything, man. So he knows what they are, and he sees me. Also with skateboarding, like I'm a skater, I still skate. I'm not going to force him to skateboard. It's
Yeah,
his choice. If he wants to do it, fine. If not, that's cool too.
dude, that's rad. That's the way to be. Don't
Yeah.
be that dad. Like, I was a youth wrestling coach for like 5 years. You saw so many like dads trying to live through their kids. Like, dude, they do not want to be here.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that kind of dad. That is so bad.
Props to you, my guy. Um,
Thanks.
yeah. So as we kind of wrap this up, just chit chatting. Like, what do you see like? We'll just say the world kind of levels out and gets back to normal. Like, what do you kind of see your mopeding life heading into 2022? Kind of more the same, or like maybe get out to a rally or two just to see the peeps, or don't
Maybe
you
a few
really have any
rallies.
plans?
Maybe a few rallies. I'm not going to try to making going to rallies is like expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You take out part of your time, which is awesome. But like in my this, I'd be lucky if I did 2 or 3, 2022. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
If I did 3, then I would be like, yeah, dude, you're doing it.
you
Whereas
doing
like
it.
back in the day, I would try to do as much as I can. You know,
Yeah.
take off work without like being fired.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't gonna come because, like, I think I said to you, like, I had started a new job, and like I'm 3 weeks
Yeah.
in. I mean, I'm typical me. I'm 15 minutes early. I stay late. You know, I try to always be the best employee I can. And I just asked them the Friday before your rally. I'm like, what are you guys can say no. I won't hold it against you. You'll still get the same results. What are the odds of me taking off this coming Friday? Well, you can do it. Do you want to work 4 10s? And then you don't have to take any vacation. I'm like, well, yeah. So like my new job is super accommodating, but they kind of tricked me too because then they're like, I'm in manufacturing, and we had some techs come in, and I had for some lasers and stuff like that. I had a 14-hour day on Wednesday, so that was fun. But whatever.
Right. But still, if you have the option to flex your time, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I'll keep my mouth shut about a few other things. I got some plans maybe happening.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, dude, like I love your city. I love riding in your city. If you don't like potholes and stuff, well, tough. Just pay attention. Like, and that was a rad thing. I can be the first one to report people. There was no accidents. Nobody got hurt. I think I think there was a little fuck up here or there. Like I think Sean from the Daggers maybe had a little scuff, and Marshall, who was with me, and Marshall from Florida.
Are they
He
okay?
Yeah,
They're good,
everybody's
right?
cool. It was just
Cool.
simple. It was simple little fuck ups is what it was. A little skin rash. That's it. Like Yeah.
That's not
So
bad.
no, dude, it's fucking that'll happen in my shop. So no worries. But yeah, Eric, I can't thank you enough for this past weekend. If you ever need anything from me, don't be afraid to ask. I'm gonna keep you on because I got chit chat with you a little bit afterwards. But spread all the love to Smoggy Dogs and Mono. All you guys have a place to stay in Minnesota whenever you want to come up. Doesn't matter if it's a rally or not.
Nice.
I'll show you
Nice.
I'll show you a rad state. But don't forget, my guy, as I always say, mopeds are dumb. See ya.